Hi everybody, this is Mickey Adams with Mullen Pedal Steel Guitars in Dallas, Texas. Thank you all so much for tuning in. In this lesson we're going to look at probably the most neglected string on a pedal steel guitar for beginners, and that is string 2. It just so happens that string 2 is an extremely versatile string because we have we have a major 7th. We lower it a half step, we have a dominant 7th. We can lower it again on most guitars and have a 6th tone. There are numerous phrases that we can use the second string for. Also, the second string is staggered in its tuning. String number 3 is 2.5 steps above, which is exactly the opposite from most stringed instruments. And then the string immediately following string 2, string 1, is a minor third above. So we have a G sharp here, we have an E flat way down here, and then we have an F sharp here, only a whole step below string number 1. What this gives us is the ability to cascade intervals. Now what I mean by that is we can have 2 notes ringing and then we can ring another 2 on completely separate strings using the second string. Now when we look at E descending major scale in thirds, we can see this. String 3 and 4 would represent notes 1 and 3 or in the E major scale, or the root in the major third. The next 2 strings descending in the E major scale would fall on strings 1 and 2. These strings ringing together do create some dissonance, but it actually is somewhat of a pleasing dissonance. Now this is string 4 and 5 with the A pedal, which is the next group. And then would be the lower REs and strike the same. 5 and 6 with the B pedals, 5 and 6 up, 6 and 7 with the B pedal, and 6 and 8 open. This is an entire descending staggered E major scale. Let's look at this phrase. It's now the major third for the 5 chord, resolving back into 1. Now what I have here is that my E's dropped and my B pedal down in the G position, giving me a D7 chord, and this F sharp here on string number 2 can ring with the rest of the chord, allowing me to resolve back into the G. Now let's look at the dominant 7th usage of the second string. Let's lower the second string a half step, strike strings 3 and 4 and then 5. Then what we're going to do is strike 2 and 3, and then 3 and 4. Now what I've done is played A7, B7, E. Now I've resolved into E and I still have the second string lowered. It just so happens that this second string now is still diatonic to the E major scale. Notice with the A and B pedals down, it's still diatonic. In the open position, with the A and B pedals, we can lower it a half step. Now let's look at this phrase from a Taylor Swift song that I'm learning this week for a band. It's called Teardrops on My Guitar. And it's in the key of B flat, and it moves from B flat to the 6th chord, to the 4 chord, to the 5 chord. And the phrase on the steel and the piano is using the second string. This is the first string, 2, just some ideas, guys, just some ideas. So, now, remember, in an open chord, the second string is diatonic. With the A and B pedals, you're going to need to lower it a half step. Okay, let's see. Let's get one more. Let's look at this phrase. This is one of my favorites. It's a dominant 7 run. Now all I'm playing is, and I'm throwing the 3rd and 4th strings in there too. Okay, let's lower string 2 a half step, and let's strike string number 5 and depress the A pedal on it. Now let's strike 2 and 3 and alternate with the 5th string. That's my thumb striking string number 4. Slowly. A pedal, 2, 3, 4, 2 and 3, 5, A pedal up. So I hope this opens a few doors for you, Wally. Please post something on the web. Let me know if there's anything else that I can do for you. Everybody else, thank you all so much for tuning in here on YouTube. This is Mickey Adams in Dallas. We'll see you right back here with the pedal steel. So long.